Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving you match analysis for England versus Argentina. All right, let's get into this one. Goalkeeper has the ball. England, they're just chilling, they're waiting, they're setting up for the press, but Argentina are better than that because you have this. This is a trap. This ball. If he plays the ball here, it's a trap. So do you know what Emi Martinez does? He decides, no, we're not going to fall for that, and he goes long. And it's so funny because one long ball one long ball, and suddenly he gets the knock on. I don't know why they decided to leave him alone. And then Jade Spence, maybe he should have gone, maybe he should have focused on the space, but he made a decision. And here he lost this battle. And then now it's left with Julian Alvarez. But Jade Spence is quick. 1v1. He does well here to shoot the ball. And good save. But the fact that that comes from one long ball is it's very surprising. And mind you, that was near the halfway line, and still there's not many people left there to cover. At least now then, you're leaving someone there unmarked. Rhys James, I know you want to keep your position, but just go there for a bit, wait for someone else to come, and then someone else can deal with that. Here, they lose the ball. In Yeah, it's a little flick. They should have gotten rid of it. Julian Alvarez again. That's a lovely, lovely feint. That's a lovely, lovely feint. So that's what happens when you're. Sometimes it's better for one person to mark rather than two because you're getting each other's way. One will assume they're going for the ball, while it's the other one. It doesn't. And then I think this was blocked off. But just great, 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 great movement. And look at where Alexis McAllister is right now. Yeah, he was moving. He makes the run. I mean, he could have played it across. Not really, not really. But you know what I mean. Anyway, let's head on to the next goal of the. So this is the goal that was scored. All right, so this comes from a really bad clearance. You know what? He could have. I think he could have actually headed this to his own goalkeeper. And if you're going to do it like that, make sure the ball goes out because you're basically just giving it back to the opponent. You might have done better to leave this ball so that he receives it and then you immediately pressure him, or you hope it goes out of play. So this was a bad clearance. He just took it straight to the attacker, and then he's all alone. And this is Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon is very quick. Anthony Gordon is very quick. Boom, first time, and then how is it that he moves further away from this player? I don't know. I think this is Lisandro Martinez because my question is, what is he marking here? There's no one here. And mind you, there's a player that's coming into cover. Even if he runs here, even he has players that are following him. So he takes a look and he decides to go. What is he marking? What is he marking? I understand him not going to, but if he wanted, he could have also just gone to pressure the ball first time, take him out, get a card. They got a lot of fouls in the first half. Maybe he could have gotten away with it. But like, what is he marking? He even starts moving away. Okay, maybe he was afraid of Declan Rice, but immediately this boy is played. Look at where he is, right? He's here. Let's see, does he go toward the ball or away from the ball? Let's see this. He goes away and toward the ball at the same time. Look at his movement, right? He goes back, right? And then now instead of immediately going for the ball, he takes this unnecessary arc. He could have just gone straight forward. Mind you, he knows Anthony Gordon is here. He had a look, but unfortunately, time moves quick in football. And he can't really defend against this because Anthony Gordon is behind him and he has to keep looking at the ball. At this point, Anthony Gordon is gone. Lisandro Martinez should have done better. Cross comes in, and just like that, he's gone past him. Goal. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And this is where England just stopped attacking. And what frustrated me even more is that you removed Gordon. Yeah, he might not be, in terms of skill, but he has pace and he can get in behind. And moreover, the coach removed a striker or an attacker to put in a defender. No, 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 no. You keep attacking. If this World Cup has taught us one thing, if you stop attacking, you're gone. This World Cup, it rewards people that take risks. This one. Argentina. So now, oof, that's the great man himself. That's the great man. All right. So, boom, boom. What happened? What happened here is that he's been dragged out of position. Immediately he reached. He should have just dropped off. Just dropped off. Let someone else deal with it. Because now he's gone for the ball, and then look at where he is. So Messi has taken out like three players. Three players. He just dragged them in and then they followed carelessly. If you're a centre back, even me to add this problem, even me to add this problem. If someone just tends start moving away, that's no longer my job. That's my midfielder's job because I'll be dragged out. And then it's a lovely ball. And then mind you, I think this is Simeone. It probably is. I mean, this guy was causing a lot of problems for England, to be honest. But fortunately enough, with he goes for the ball. But then this is the thing about certain players. They can make mistakes and then they can rely on athleticism to save them. Because yeah, you would say it's a bad decision, but look at how quick. Look at where the boys played. This is Simeone. This is Jade Spence. Look at how quick he goes to cover. Look at how quick. Look at how quick that is. Simeone takes a touch, is running. He catches up to him and he takes the ball cleanly. This man is this man has incredible pace. He's 2.0 Kyle Walker because he's also good at dribbling. He made a few dribbles in this one. And then look at his teammates going to congratulate him. Yeah, usually I never thought it was an England thing. The Italians, they celebrate, clearances, tackles as if they're goals. Look at that, clean. And it's because the man is athletic. The fact that Simeone had all that distance and Jade Spence covered that and even after went and got the ball cleanly. He's really, really good. I'm surprised he didn't play him further up front when they were, trying to defend the lead because he would have definitely caused problems there. Anyway, that's a story for another day. So once again, Argentina on the attack, right? Lionel Messi has the ball. So what you do now, I don't get this pointing thing. So my question is, who are you giving the instruction to? Because he's over here. I don't think you've seen him. And this is Harry Kane. And this is one thing I don't like about Harry Kane in this England squad. He was doing too much. This man is a striker. He's not a midfielder. He was dropping deep so many times. He would create a chance, but he's probably the only one that could have scored the chance in the team. I mean, this is where support your striker. They really failed Harry Kane in this England squad. They really did. There's no way he should be back here. Someone else should be doing this job. Because look at this. Okay, so let's do one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 players. And how many Argentinian players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could have just removed 2. Someone could have been out there to deal with this. Because these two are basically marking each other. One person can do here. They were just dropping too deep and inviting pressure, England. So now, I don't know who I was pointing to. I don't think you would be expecting Kane to run all the way there. And you know what you do? You just do your job. By do your job, you just pressure the ball. I know it's messy. You're quick. You can probably recover quickly. Instead, you give him the space to pull out this cross. And Argentina committed numbers. So you see, this is one thing I don't like about when teams continue to drop off deep. He has been outnumbered here. Here, it's a 3v1. He's been completely outnumbered. He has no idea there's someone running across him. Then he's marking no one. I don't mind the covering midfielders. But still, they just kept on inviting pressure. Cross comes in, and then, boom, good save from Jordan Pickford. And it was similar to what Morocco were also going through, not really doing, whereby they're not pressuring the ball as quickly. Depau, look at how much time and space he has. He can trap the ball, look up, and look back down at the ball. That's too much space. Jade Spence should immediately be sensing this. He doesn't. That's for me, that's a bit leisurely. I know there's a player out on the corner there. That's why they're the two of you. If you go to him, he's going to go and cover you. What you don't do is, start walking. And then he's already turning away. He's already turning away. You don't turn. You make sure you're facing the ball so that you hit it. Or the ball hits you. You do not give a player that much space to put in a cross. Again, he's unmarked. No one's marking him. He's probably going to get run. And then I think this is Alexis McAllister. He's unmarked. He's unmarked. What's the point of committing all these bodies if you're not going to be following your man? And fortunately enough, this hit the post. It hit the post. I mean, Argentina could have done a comeback long time ago. They were either unlucky with the post or, that type of thing. But like England, they brought this on themselves. They kept on inviting pressure. Again, do you see anything funny here? Do you see anything? 3, 2, 1. Look at the space that's here. No, seriously, look at the space that is here. They were dropping back so deep. And once again, they are not marking anyone. They're just there for the sake of it. Because this player here is completely free. And mind you, Enzo Fernandez started a long time ago taking shots from distance. And Jade Spence here, I do blame him because he's done very well with Messi. No. Sorry, that was the other. That was the other chance. That was the other chance. Sorry. So Messi plays this ball. Now look at the time that Enzo Fernandez has. Takes a touch. The ball rolls out. He runs to the ball. Jude Bellingham rushes out, but it's too late at this point. Pickford. Funny enough, I do think he could do better. Let's try and see if we can, check out his. Aha, you see that? That's where Pickford lost it. Did you notice that? He shifts to the right as Enzo Fernandez receives the ball. So you see here, Paul? He takes a little step there, and then his feet are a little too wide for me. I don't think he can get the proper elevation to jump just from the way he's moved. He moved his feet. And then as the ball comes in, yeah, he makes them smaller, but I do think does he use the wrong foot to lift off? Yeah, he does. He uses the wrong foot. Because look at this. You're diving this way. You probably want to, in this point, this is his right leg. You want to dive off your right leg. Instead, you know which leg he uses to dive off? He uses instead of he's supposed to use this leg because you cover more distance. If he uses this, he'll cover less distance because if you're jumping from this leg, let me just put out the mark again. If you're jumping here, you can't really go towards this side. If you're using this foot, you probably want to go this way. He dives off the wrong foot, Pickford. But so and already this is what we call it's similar to a leg sweep save, whereby you just put your foot down so you fall quicker. This is not the place where you want to use it. You want to use that when the ball is coming down lower. Look at this. This is bad technique, and people say Onana is bad. So look at this. He's supposed to be jumping off this foot. He's supposed to be jumping off this leg. He will get more elevation and you jump higher up so he can get to that ball. Because even look at the way he jumps as the ball comes. He doesn't get that high. I could actually, I don't want to blame the goalkeeper, but he's giving me reasons to blame him. Anyway, let me show you let me show you this other angle for Argentina. They had so much space. I mean, look at the boys played here, bro. And then this is silly from England. It really is. You should have two people out here. This is very silly. This is the I don't know which exact. I think this is the 85th minute. Is it 85th? I think 85th minute. 84th minute, 85th. You're supposed to be having two people here. You can't leave Jade Spence to track down to rush to one person and to go to another person. Have two people here. There are already too many people in the box. And to make matters worse, you have left this space completely unoccupied. They just kept on dropping, inviting more pressure. I mean, are you expecting Jade Spence to come here and then again cover this distance? And mind you, this is Messi that's receiving the ball. That's too much. There should have been another person to come help. There's just too much to do. Anyway, let's continue. Yeah, he's onside. We can tell. Even if I use this little draw it too, his foot is there. Boom, he's onside. He's onside. There's not even any need to. He gets the ball. I mean, there's just too much for him to do. This player here, he can see this. He's there, but you know what he does? He goes away. So this is Messi and Jade Spence. So he gets dragged away. There should be someone else helping Jade Spence. I mean, this is also a mentality thing. Look at this. You're not going to win any tournament like this. You really aren't. Okay, so now let's look at the box. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you drop back a bit. You follow him. And then you still have two players. One could have just stood here. Just stand here. There's no problem. For me, if I'm a coach, it's okay. If you're near the D, it's okay. Protect that place. Protect it. Messi. I mean, for you to come this close and to not even be able to tackle for the ball, it's a bad decision. Enzo Fernandez, Jude Bellingham reached this immediately. He's the only one that senses the danger, Jude Bellingham. And then there's nothing much he can do. There's not much he can do, Jude Bellingham. I mean, because look at this. From the time Enzo receives the ball, right? And then this is Anderson. This is terrible. So if you have a teammate here, another thing you want to avoid doing is creating an angle for someone to pass. So if I was approaching, I probably would have been somewhere here so that I block out that pass, but still the ball would have been playing anyway, right? I'll just be here. Harry Kane, you're supposed to be closer because you're not really marking anyone behind you. And besides, you also have someone there. I mean, this is just... Okay, so look, from the time that Messi plays this ball, right? Now look at the distance that Jude Bellingham has to cover. You're expecting him to cover all this distance. That's why you want someone here. Cut that distance in half and so he can pressure the ball properly. Boom. Enzo, but you know what? I like this confidence. You have to be brave to take on a shot like that. You really have to. He took it and you know what? He scored the goal. He really did. He scored. All right, so this is this is when Argentina got the winning goal. All right, so this is the 90 something minutes. 91st minute in the game, right? Do we see anything fishy here? Alexis McAllister. Look at all the space he has. No one's picked him up. And this is why I say these people do not treat Harry Kane right. Harry Kane is not supposed to be there. In fact, I would have put Harry Kane up top. Just put him up top, make sure that he receives the ball. If he receives the ball, he takes care of it, he brings it down, and then plays someone in. I don't want Harry Kane here. I want him to be up there. Maybe I would want him here deep, but I wouldn't want him to be defending like this. They're not using him properly because look at this. You're not going for the ball. You can see this. Harry Kane is not a midfielder. Yes, I know that he plays in midfield sometimes, but he's not going to be quick to cut out this danger. Mind you, John Stones can easily take care of that. I know he might not be able to see him, and he's practically playing a lot of people on side. John Stones can see that. And to be honest, he's actually the one that's gone further forward. Because if you look at this, oh my goodness, that's a horrible line. Because if you look at this, he's the only one that's looking out of shape. If John Stones was just a few NBA sides, I don't know if I don't know which player this is, but he's there. I don't understand why John Stones is here. Just be here. Be here. He probably reaches to that in time. By that reaching to that I mean going towards McAllister. And then they just kept on dropping deep. They inviting more pressure. Look at the amount of space Alexis McAllister has. And it's funny how he doesn't even it's close. This was a warning sign. Boom. Hits the post. They could have finished this game earlier if they wanted to Argentina. Alright, Messi is going to the ball. Jade Spence wins it. Lovely. Now, I don't know if he injures himself, but just keep moving. So I don't know. Alexis McAllister is a bit shocked there. Alright, so this is Jade Spence. You limp to the ball. You don't stand, you limp to the ball. Or, in fact, I don't want to blame Jade Spence. You should be moving. You can see your teammate is injured. Why are you on the same line? Try and cut that cross out. He doesn't. He just waits. And remember, Jade Spence is injured. So both of these players, none of them went for the ball. And then they ended up being in the same position. No one did. It's very frustrating. And look at this. Lautaro Martinez. Lautaro Martinez. Unmarked in the box. Konsa could see that. He was worried about the defender. He was worried about the player that said, you know what you do? You mark what's in front of you. If not, you tell who's behind you, man, or whatever they say. And it's a headed goal. Just like that, they turned it around. And then now, this is another part I want to show you. It frustrated me because this is very irresponsible, if I'm to be honest. It really is. The certain player, what he did was he was right next to Martinez and then he just walked away from him. I think, yeah, it's here. And let me just move back a bit. I'd be very upset as a coach. Alright, so it was just flickering a bit. So you see here, this is Lautaro Martinez. That's Lautaro Martinez. This is Lautaro Martinez and Anderson. Now look at what Anderson does. I understand he's trying, he's here. And then look at this lump of players here. You want everyone to be doing something. So here they were just standing around. This is Harry Kane. You're not supposed to be putting that much pressure on Harry Kane to defend. You should immediately be going to support your teammate. You should be back here just in case anything happens. You should be closer to the middle. So this is, yeah, remember, as I was saying, Anderson and Lautaro Martinez, right? Look at what Anderson does. He walks away from him. He walks away. And just like that, he's been left alone. Konza should have picked this up earlier. And no one seems to realize Lautaro Martinez. They are tired, but this is the semi-final. And then look at, the more I watch, the more frustrated I become. Look at this. They are on the same wavelength. You are okay. You go like that. And then he stays behind so that he can be able to track Messi and probably try to block out the cross. He doesn't even try. He doesn't do it early enough, and he doesn't do it with enough conviction. Anderson left his marker. Okay, you're not really marking people. And then I think he's walking about. He really is. In a World Cup semi-final. Konza could see everything that's happening here. And this is the problem when you have too many players. So in between each other, there's no one. There's no, okay, he's in front of him, but still, I mean, the fact that, um, I'll say too much. I'll say too much. It's a good headed goal. It's a wonderful headed goal. And then also this here, Messi. He knows what it means. He knows what it means. Those Argentinian fans, they supported their team all the way. But for Tuchel, that was a that was horrible. Horrible game management. He just kept on inviting pressure. And the funny thing is that he took off attackers to put on defenders. And then he decided to put Marcus Rashford and Ivan Toney in the 94th minute. What are they going to do? Tuchel, Tuchel. But then again, even the way his team was reacting, because they were not really proactive in defending, they were really reactive and they were relying a lot on their athleticism and the constant dropping back. In this, if this World Cup has taught us anything, if you are going to play negative football, you're going to go. That's been the theme of this World Cup. But congratulations to Argentina, and I think it will be an interesting semi-final. It's not semi-final, sorry. Third and fourth place playoff between France and England. Otherwise, that's been the match analysis. If you want to see more like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.